Hey everyone, I'm Steve. Welcome back to Kettle Haven Ranch. In this video, we're going to talk about the freeze miser valve and the good, the bad, and the ugly. Very first thing I want to say is it looks like it's a quality piece of equipment. It's economical for what it does. It hasn't froze up even in minus 22 degree temperatures, and it's done a good job. The only issue I have is it's advertised at 38 degrees to shut down. Granted, the hose is running through snow, so that's cooling off the water a little bit. But this is a pretty good flow for 38 degrees Fahrenheit. I'd like to see a lower drip, but that's how it's designed, and it is protecting the hose, the fittings, and the hydrant, the field hydrant that it's hooked up to. That's all positives. It's done a good job. Now, the bad is really just focused around like the fitting here. You can see this did not or was not leaking when I set it up. And having the hose on, if you're not checking it, you can end up having other leaks, or even if you have a hose that can't handle the pressure or the cold, you can have a ruptured hose. We're pretty good here. I did have a couple leaks in the original hose that I'd set up, but we took care of that with a new hose. That's pretty much the bad. The ugly, well, the ugly is, look how much is flowing, and that means my well's going. I mean, if you're on like city water or something like that, then that's not going to be as big an issue. But right now I have a pump that's going, and it's going constantly. As a matter of fact, I had to get into the controller box and shut off the leak program on it. It's just a real simple thing to do with a modern controller, well controller. But I did have to shut that off because it would have read that as a leak and shut my pump off, thinking that maybe the house is flooding or something is flooding that shouldn't be going. Not quite enough flow rate to make the program on the pump think that there's nothing wrong. So that is the problem. I'm looking at the pump right now. You guys can't see it, but it is running constantly, and I don't mind that. Honestly, below zero, I have water running in the house all night or all the time, 24/7, just to make sure that the pipes aren't going to freeze up. That helps with fresh warm water coming through to keep things from freezing up, especially in those exterior walls of your home. So that's not an issue, but the issue is, and my previous video I complained about El Nino and how we weren't cold enough and the bees were being too active, which they are now again, and we had the alfalfa field to put the sheep down on. I'll put a link down below if you want to look at that one. But not 3 or 4 days after that, we got hit with this Arctic cold front, and it got us down to the temperatures and not quite the snowfall we need. Only got about a foot of snow, and it's almost gone now. So we had that brief glimpse of our typical winter, and now the long range forecast is we're back to El Nino affecting it with real warm temperatures above freezing, hovering right around freezing at night and up to 40 during the daytime. And there's no reason for this going, and there's no reason for the pump running. So that would be the ugly side of it. So I'm going to end up shutting this down, draining the hose out, and going to keep it. It's going to go in the toolbox or on a shelf up in the shop, and we'll try it again next year. But that is the ugly. It runs too fast and too hard at these warmer temperatures. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and it helps a lot. My gosh, it links down below. You can buy it through Amazon. I get like $1 kickback. Woohoo. But you can find it there, and take a look. It may work for your application, but think it all the way through. Otherwise, it might end up on the shelf for most of the year like this one will. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm so overwhelmed. But we have a lot of new videos coming up, so please like, share, subscribe, And I hope everyone's staying safe and healthy. Take care.